Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Author Dear Spice. Today I'm going to talk to you about a manifestation technique known as script story. Now I talk about the law of attraction and the different manifestation techniques to achieve the manifestation that you want in the least possible, in a fun way. Okay, attract things to yourself. Okay, so the step one in this manifestation technique known as script a story is you script a story of how you want it to be and allow it to come into your experience. Now the law of attraction, it will bring evidence of your relationship with this story. Now for example, if you're manifesting something, like if you're manifesting a certain job with a certain salary, with a certain expectation or whatever, write the story of how you eventually want it to be. Now what's going to happen is when you are writing this particular story, it shouldn't be an enforced way or something. It should be something like a fun way. It's like not to push yourself or assert yourself that you are forcing yourself to get into this, but it is something like it's a fun experience. It's a exciting experience for you to live with. Imagine yourself in this story and getting the manifestation of what you want, and write this small story, like a short paragraph, 3-4 sentences also would be fine. Write the story, and you know what's going to happen is this law of attraction will eventually bring these instances, these experiences into your life, and you will be amazed with it. Okay, so this is step one. Now step two is, in a piece of paper you make 2 columns. In one column you put it as satisfying, and in another column you put it as non-satisfying. Now when you're doing this, think about situations that keep occurring when you are in this manifestation mode, right? When you are this day-to-day life experience. So a situation that occurs can be put in either of these 2 columns, either in the satisfying column or in the non-satisfying column. So that is step 2. Just sort it out. Like what was satisfying, what is non-satisfying in your daily experiences towards this manifestation. Now step 3 is find a way to make the unsatisfying feeling more satisfied. Let's see how you can pull the unsatisfying 1 or 2 things that you have. You'll be having 10 or 15 things which are satisfying, right? But you'll be having 1 or 2 nagging things which you feel unsatisfied. Maybe like you did some while working, you did some executions, and the client was not happy with certain things or something. Maybe that one you feel unsatisfied. So you see how you can push this thing to the satisfactory column. Find a way. Okay, so find a way to make the unsatisfying feeling more satisfied. Now you cannot while doing this, right, you cannot rely on others to behave in satisfying ways, or you can be satisfied even when there are some misbehaving people or whatever it is. So find a way of how you can fit in this this unsatisfying piece to this satisfactory column. For example, if you have done a test case execution, whatever it is, and it's just some random example that came to my mind, and your client has rejected certain things and given a feedback. Now you can see that the next time onwards, to make it more satisfactory experience to you, get the instructions, get the requirements properly, something like that. And that can make you satisfied, and then you push that thing to this satisfactory column. Okay, so that is step number 3. Now step number 4 is take a bit of time when you find yourself feeling utterly satisfied. Like there will be moments in time that you are utterly pleased with you, right? Like you have done a performance really well and you got selected, or you have done some you had given some auditions, and then 2 or 3 auditions just popped up and you're selected. So at that point of time the euphoric feeling that you get, right? Just get to that feeling. Okay, now take some time when you find yourself feeling utterly satisfied to stop and think about it, to identify it, and then isolate it by really acknowledging just how satisfied you feel, and then think about what the cooperative components are that are coming into this feeling of immense satisfaction. So when you were giving all these kind of auditions, when you were doing all these kinds of interactions with the client, etc. So what are the different cooperative components that really helped you, get into this? Maybe you just chanced upon the ad somewhere. Maybe you're just browsing the net and chanced upon the ad. So that became a cooperative component that caught your eye. Maybe it's a friend suggested you something, I know a friend who is interested in this and that, and then they chance upon your conversation that you had so many months ago or whatever, and then they would like to engage you with a certain thing, something like that, and just relive that satisfactory moment for one time and understand what are the cooperative components that made these instances happening, right? So now think about the cooperative components and that are coming into this feeling of immense satisfaction. Now ask yourself, what would be that you find most satisfying in all this? There should be something that's most satisfying in all of this. Maybe the most satisfying thing was getting selected for that lead role in one of the performances. Right, you got a lead role in one of the performances. You got a featured role in one of the top serials, something like that. So that is something that you find most satisfying. So that is how you can attract the moments of that's how you can attract the different satisfactory moments into your experience. So that's step number 4. Now, last but not the least, take the path of least resistance to satisfying moments in time. You don't have to enforce anything. You don't have to, struggle a bit. You don't have to enforce yourself, your opinions, thoughts, or something. You can just follow the path of least resistance. Take the path of least resistance to the satisfactory moments in time, and you need to let yourself into a state of chronic satisfaction. It's like you feel chronic satisfaction at every single stage, irrespective of the differing misbehaviors or behaviors around you. Okay, so this is chronic satisfaction. Like you feel satisfied every moment. Okay, so the step 5 is to always take the path of least resistance, something that comes in an easy flow. Easily it is coming, easy flow. It's like you just have a good conversation and then you land a role. You just feel excited about the role, you enact it and you land a role. It's as easy as that. Okay, so last but not least, take the path of least resistance to the satisfactory moment in time, and you need to let yourself into a state of chronic satisfaction. So when you're chronically satisfied, you're giving yourself a bit of time to understand what are the cooperative components that have made these incidents giving you the satisfaction. It is then that you are attracting those moments itself time and again. Okay, so guys, so this is a manifestation technique known as script story. Now you can go back and try it for yourself and get back to me with comments on how it manifested in your life. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the likes, shares, and all the good things you do. I'll get back to you again next week with one more manifestation technique. Stay tuned and bye for now.